Robert Sánchez, District 2 detective. Been currently working at District 2 for 5 years. Brazilian Jiu Jitsu is grappling. There's gi, there's no gi. I've been training for a little over 8 years. I was working Department of Corrections at the time, 2012, and a buddy of mine told me about the school, so I started with him. Pretty much out of word of mouth. You start as a white belt, and you progress blue belt, purple belt, brown belt, black belt. But pretty much you're drilling, doing the techniques, and rolling. That's the main focus behind Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. Drilling is you would take a move and you would just drill it over and over and over. Like I can give you an example, like a Toreando pass. You know, somebody would be on their back, you'd be on top, you get your pan grips, and you just work Toreando grips, Toreando passes for 15, 20 reps back and forth until you're able to get the technique down. So currently, I'm probably at 193 pounds, but I've competed at 162 before. So whenever, especially like for a super fight, they'll contract the fight and it's got to be at a specific weight. So I'll be training 3 times a day. I'll be watching what I eat, really hard. And I usually have to cut a little bit of water weight, so whenever I have a fight or a competition coming up, I'm usually competing or training at least 5 to 6 times a week. You start as a white belt, no stripes. Progressively, you'll start to get stripes on the belt, and it's 4 stripes when you'll be getting your next belt pretty soon. But there's no time limit on anything. It took me 8 years. I know people it's taken 15, 20 years to get their black belt. I know people it's taken 6 years, 5 years to get their black belt. There's no time limit, or no time frame. But you start from white, you go to blue belt, you go to purple, you go to brown, you go to black belt. And after black belt, there's still higher belts. There's floral belts, there's red belts, but that's 40, 50 years down the road. But once you get your black belt, it's just a sign of, that you put in your time. And you don't have to compete to get your black belt. It can be just a hobby for you. You can still get your black belt. But for me, black belt means everything to me. I mean, that's probably one of the most important days of my life is getting my black belt. I trained for years. Put in a lot of work, and it's very important to me. So I've competed, all over the Western, United States, and I feel that physically, it's made me a lot stronger, mentally a lot stronger, and it's pretty much my release from my work, my family. Some of the awards I've won SJJF Worlds no gi 3 times. I placed in the gi multiple times, and I've actually lost at IBJJF Worlds, but these are some of my most important matches were my losses. I've had over 6 super fights with Fight to Win or West Valley Rumble. But yeah, I've competed from white belt all the way to brown belt. I just got my black belt in December, but I will be competing at black belt. I believe that, especially in the line of work that we do, law enforcement, you have to have some sort of background. Let it be jiu-jitsu, wrestling, boxing. You got to keep yourself physically fit, and you got to have a know-how just in case it ever comes about that you have to use some set of skills. We teach a lot of weapons retention, disengaging. But what if you can't disengage? I think jiu-jitsu or grappling can be very important. We got people from K9 to special investigations, district detectives. We got patrol guys. We got guys who actually work in this building in jiu-jitsu. So guys that actually countywide, we probably have 12 people that I know who train at my facility. The advice I would give is show up. I mean, it's going to be tough. I'm not going to lie. It's pretty exhausting. It's tough work. If anybody's ever lifted weights or ran on a treadmill, it's kind of the same thing, but it's somebody's physically touching you. It's kind of uncomfortable. I just say give it a shot. Don't quit your first couple weeks. Give it a couple months. Let it marinate and see if you like it.